We're back with the president and CEO of the NAACP, Cornell William Brooks. We want to talk to him about a series of attacks on police officers that have left 1 dead, 3 injured in just the past 24 hours. First, let's get the latest from CNN's Polo Sandoval.
Police are on high alert.
We have pulled out all the stops.
The search now underway for the man who police say ambushed 50-year-old detective Benjamin Marconi, who was writing a traffic ticket in his squad car.
We consider this suspect to be extremely dangerous both to the police and to the public.
It started Sunday around 11:45 a.m. in San Antonio, Texas. Officers say this man walked into police headquarters shortly before the shooting and asked a question of the desk clerk. The man later pulled up to Marconi's car, shot him in the head from outside of the car, and then reached through the window and shot the 20-year veteran again. Police believe Marconi was targeted not as an individual, but as a symbol.
I think the uniform was the target, and anyone who happened to, first person who happened along was the person that he targeted.
Several hours later in St. Louis, Missouri, a 46-year-old police sergeant was waiting in traffic around 7:30 p.m. The suspect pulled up to the driver's side of his patrol car and opened fire, shooting him twice in the face. The injured sergeant with 20 years of service is in critical condition.
Looks like he's going to survive, he's going to be okay, but this is traumatic.
Police believe the suspect was a wanted criminal.
When he saw the officer, he became concerned that he would be recognized, and we believe he fired at the officer for that reason.
The suspect was killed following a late-night manhunt and shootout with police. In Sanibel, Florida, a quiet beach community which has never had one of its officers shot, a suspect is in custody for shooting Officer Jared Ciccone. He was also conducting a routine traffic stop. According to police, Ciccone was on the side of the road when the suspect drove by and started shooting. The officer was injured but has since been released from the hospital. Finally, around 10:30 p.m. in Gladstone, Missouri, 9 miles north of Kansas City, an officer and a suspect were both shot at a traffic stop. It's unclear if the officer was targeted in this attack. There is no known connection between any of these 4 attacks.
It is certainly a coincidence, but we're not going to venture to say that it's connected.
Polo Sandoval, CNN, San Antonio, Texas.
And we're back with Cornell William Brooks, the president and CEO of the NAACP. Cornell, react to these string of police ambushes. San Antonio police said the attacker who ambushed that one police officer was what attracted him was the uniform. Has enough been done to bridge this divide? Because it looks really awful when these police officers are simply targeted, shot, and one police officer killed.
Well, let's just start with what is fundamentally true. A gold badge should never be a bullseye. Police officers who are charged with the responsibility of safeguarding our lives, our communities, and property are to be honored for the work that they do. And so the fact that they would be targeted is unconscionable. It is morally reprehensible, and certainly we have to condemn it in the strongest possible terms. The chasm of distrust between police officers, many police officers, and the communities in which they serve is not a license to kill. It is not. It doesn't in no way, shape, fashion, or form endorse this kind of behavior. What I would note here is the people in the streets who are often protesting and demonstrating against police misconduct are also demonstrating and protesting for reforms that ensure that police officers are safer and the communities in which they serve are in fact safer. This violence is in a moral category unto itself. That is to say, it is morally reprehensible. It is a standalone. It has nothing to do with protesting and demonstrating against police misconduct. It has everything to do with the very violence that we're standing against.
As you know, the Department of Justice has been looking into local police departments believed to have some institutional racism, bias. What direction do you think Senator Sessions, if confirmed as the new Attorney General of the United States, could take the Department of Justice in?
Well, I would hope if Senator Sessions is confirmed as Attorney General, I would hope that he would follow the lead of the International Chiefs of Police, that he would follow the lead of leading police departments. I hope he would follow the lead of the data, the research, and the case that is being made by young demonstrators and older demonstrators all across the country that suggests that examining and ferreting out and working to eliminate implicit bias is key. The use of technology in terms of body cameras, gun cameras, and dash cams is key. Changing the model and modality of policing such that police officers are in fact guardians and not warriors. Working to use the most thoughtful techniques to bridge and bring together the community and the police, again, makes police officers in the communities in which they serve safer. So we would hope that he would continue a tradition certainly embodied by Attorney General Lynch and Attorney General Eric Holder, and certainly what police officers and the NAACP have called for around the country. There's a great body of work, body of evidence, and more importantly, literally bodies, minds, and hearts that have been put on the line to advance policing in a way that ensures that people are in fact safe and that they trust the police because the police have in fact earned their trust. So we would hope that he would exemplify that level of law enforcement and that standard law enforcement.
All right, Cornell, thanks very much. Cornell William Brooks of the NAACP joining us. Appreciate it very much.